people have been really enjoying our work what-a-do's and work talk on here, which is funny because I'm so unemployable. But I like bringing the work stuff. Here's one. Somebody wrote in, how do you personally network without flirting?
Oh my God. This
Oh,
is the best. This is my favorite question we've maybe ever
really?
gotten asked because this person is hitting on something that nobody wants to admit about
What?
networking, but is so true.
Ow.
Where
Oh,
you're all
I
fucking circle jerking, flirting at a networking event. It's all flirting. You're
it
actually
is
doing the
flirting.
right thing by flirting.
Yeah, but it's like you can flirt. Well, what I was going to say is that the best way I heard networking defined is like networking is just socializing. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just like having friends. And, you know, maybe there's like a cap on the friendship, but it's good networking should not feel like you're sidling up to someone or like kissing their ass or trying to bed them. It should feel like you're making friends. It should feel the same as that. Just like, are you genuinely interested in talking about something with them or
Yeah.
not? And so I'm like, oh, it should just be normal socializing theoretically. This is
But
also from
don't you
someone who,
think
but I also
socializing
think
is a little flirty?
I think so. That's the other thing is that socializing is flirty. I think a lot of the times the way I would talk to the female friends, like I'm not interested in females sexually. Sorry, sorry. And that is, I'm in
Except
such
that
a
time when you
weird
drunk,
mood.
we got
I'm
married.
in
Oh, but you
such a
didn't want to
weird
sleep with
mood.
me.
Oh, that's true.
I'm
But
still holding on to that resentment. Go on.
that's fine. I feel the sexual tension and I think it fuels us. But I
Through
think
Zoom.
the way through Zoom, the way that I talk to a lot of my platonic friends would also be interpreted as flirting
Yeah.
if they were dudes or something. I'd be
Yeah, this is
flirting.
the hot take. Talking to other people is flirting most of
Is
the time.
flirting.
If
Unless
you
I'm
want them
yelling.
to like you, or if you
Yeah,
already like them or whatever,
it's
you're
already
flirting.
flirting.
Guess what?
That's what yeah,
I girl flirt all the time when I meet new people at my
totally.
gym. That's a perfect example because that's the place where I meet the most new people. Um, I am constantly flirting with everybody, and it's not like
You
something my
little
boyfriend needs to be
slut.
worried about. It's just
Right.
it's just that's how you I'm a charmer. What can I say? Like you charm
Yeah.
people. So
She
I
just
actually
flipped her
think
hair. What can
I
I say?
actually
You charm
think
people.
I think this person is right. Like I think this is a hot take that talking to people is flirting. And I think you're doing it right if you're doing it at networking events. Obviously, you're not like crossing a line,
There is
but
a line. I feel like to me, the line is how long are you holding the eye contact? I actually feel like
yeah.
it comes down to eye contact. I feel like there's
Wow.
moments I felt with male coworkers where I'm like, I have to look away right now because they are barreling down at me. I have to look away to send a message. I have to
Yeah.
look at something else, even while I'm still talking to them. Like you have to show visible signs of distraction to some degree. I do
I thought
think
you were
that
going to say
there's
distress, disgust.
distress. Yeah. I actually think it comes down to like, are you eye fucking like let your
Yeah.
let your eye line be interrupted in a natural way. That's something for real. I think because
I
there is
actually
there
I
is
think that's
also a
spot on.
line. There is also a line. It's like we're flirting with everybody, but there is a line where what defines actual flirting then? Because there is a way that I could behave with other guys that I think would be inappropriate. Duh.
Yeah.
But what are the mechanics of it?
I don't know. I'm really bad at here's the thing.
You're a
Here's
flirt.
what this makes me feel. I'm really bad at flirting with men that I am attracted to.
Yeah.
I am great at flirting with new friends, somebody at a networking event,
Someone you don't
whatever.
give a
Like,
fuck about.
right.
Tale as old
I'm
as time.
it's so
Yeah.
I guess you could say, "Oh, I'm good at socializing, I'm not good at flirting," but I do think the way that I socialize has
Is
that
flirting.
flirty element to it.
Right.
Um I'm not good at knowing and crossing the line into like okay, this is how to flirt, socialize, whatever you want to call it, and send a message that I'm like interested in you for primal reasons. So I actually don't know. I think the eye contact is true. I think that that part actually makes a really big difference and does send a different message if you're like holding eye contact for a
Yeah,
long
no need for
time.
that. No need for
But I
that.
don't know what else. What else? I mean, touching somebody's arm, that's more, you're not going to do that at a networking event, but you are
Right.
going to do it on a first date or something. So there's like little body language differences, I think, but the conversation is more or less the same. I mean, I don't know. You're not going to get into like date topics necessarily, but you
Yeah.
know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
when I think somebody's flirting with me, I get so nervous because really from being in a past relationship where I could be executed if somebody else flirted with me.
Yeah.
And I get it still makes me so nervous and I get super morose. Like I stop smiling. I am trying to be super robotic, super monotone. Um, and I cannot hang with a flirt. It makes me so uncomfortable. I start acting
Yeah.
like I had a lobotomy or something.
I do feel that way now in a relationship. I think when I was single, it was so much easier to just like let it all fly, whatever it meant or didn't mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, if this guy is being a little more flirty with me, cool. But I have noticed myself getting
On
more
edge,
conscious
kind
of
of. I don't
myself
know,
and
like,
how I respond to like a guy friend who tends to be a little flirtatious or a guy that I meet just randomly somewhere who gets a little flirty. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything. I know I'm not going to cross a line. I know what the line is for me and my partner, and I know I'm not going to
mm-hmm.
cross it. So it's not even that, but I just don't like it still makes me feel bad, even if I'm not crossing a line. It still makes me feel like
Yeah, it's a
guilty
funny
for
thing.
something, you know?
I feel like there should be and is room for healthy flirting for all people, even in a relationship, because because it's also like socializing and like
Yeah.
it's I personally, I guess you have to find your own agreement and medium and whatever in your own relationship. But all I know is that the attitude of like, you never let me see anyone flirting with you was like so unhealthy and so
Yeah.
scary and so unsafe that like no one's like a flourishing whole version of themselves in that environment.
Oh, totally.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a little flirting. Um
No, you also can't control other people. So if
oh
somebody's
my
flirting with
god.
you, it's not something you could have stopped. Can you egg it
Oh
on? And
my
maybe
god.
depending on your relationship, you're not going to egg it on to, I don't know. Some relationships, people really like watching their partner flirt with someone else and then come back to them. So that's also like, I want to leave room for like the full spectrum of what people are into. Um, but I don't know. For me, I know what the line is and
Mhm.
I'm conscious not to cross it, but it's not because anybody told me to do that. It's not because my boyfriend ever
Right.
told me to do that. It's just because
Yeah.
I know what I would see him doing and would upset me. And
Yeah.
so I don't want, so that's my line is like, if roles were reversed and I saw Ryan talking to a woman in this way, would that bug me? If so, then I'm going to try not to be doing that either. But at the
Yeah.
same time, if I if I realize that like I walk into a coffee shop and the barista kind of like looks at me in a certain way and we have a little bit of a like friendly, maybe flirty conversation and then I go about my day, cool. I'm hot. Thanks. Like, you know, that's healthy. I
Sorry I'm
think that
hot
is
out
healthy.
here.
That is
I
healthy
know.
for people
It
to experience.
the thing is I was gonna say, oh, it can be whatever you establish you're comfortable with in your relationship. But I was just in the relationship where somebody was like, nothing is allowed, never
Yeah.
smile. And so I'm like, yeah,
Never smile.
I actually don't feel like I can say it's whatever you're comfortable with because lots of fuckers out here be abusing this shit. So I
Yes.
don't know what the answer is. I have nothing to say. I just want to say figure out what you're comfortable with. But if the thing you're comfortable with is no one's ever allowed to flirt with your person, you get out of that relationship. Blech.
Yeah. 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 I think that's right because
Yeah.
it's just like I think you've said this before that it is hard for you to even know what you are comfortable with because you've had that experience. So giving
Yes.
people the advice of like, your boundaries, do what you're comfortable with, your relationship. It's
People have
like, no, I
unhealthy
fucking
boundaries all the
don't because
time.
I've been,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
People, first of all, look at this little hat on my head again. This is driving me insane.
yes. We love the
This
hat.
the sconce on my wall is giving me a little hat.
You look like one of those, you look like Abu
Uh
from Aladdin when you have
I
that
do
little
look
hat
like a
on.
boo. I do
Yeah.
look like a boo. I'm feeling like a boo.
Abu, my boo.
My boo, a boo. A
My
boo, a
boo.
boo. Oh. You know what one of the best songs on earth is?
Is it an Usher song?
Yeah, it is.
Is it Yeah by Usher featuring Lil Jon and
No,
the rest of the
no,
crew?
no, no. I'll give you one more guess.
There goes my baby. That one.
No.
I love
Is
that
that
song.
it? Okay.
Which
Is that your
one?
final guess?
You said
Come
I got two
on.
guesses.
Okay,
It's a
use one
different
more.
Usher song. He has so many songs. He has so many
Yeah, but
bangers.
what's the correct one?
Burn? Let
I
it
think
burn.
that
Yeah.
you should let it
Let it
burn.
burn.
Yeah, that was
You
the
sounded
correct one.
exactly like him in that one.
I
Ban.
know.
Oh. He gets
I
really
know.
theatrical with it too, so
I know. It's so crazy that well, who did I actually sound like? I feel like I sound like Ethel Merman or something. Who is that? I don't know.
Ban. You sounded like
Ah!
Fran Drescher or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So crazy that Usher is just a woman from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Is
we're
that
done
it?
here. We're
Okay.
done.
We're done here.
We're done here.
Um, this is so fun. Thanks for being here. To
You're
you,
welcome.
Caroline
Thank you.
Winkler.
I know you're thanking me. You're
I
welcome.
was definitely a little afraid I was getting replaced in last week's episode, so I'm glad we're back.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
never. No,
It brought
no.
up some feelings. I'm mostly being dramatic, but I think I did have a little ounce of me that was like, uh-oh, is somebody going to be better at this than me? Justin, you were really
No.
good, but I'm still
He
better.
was really good. But
We
you're
were,
hot.
and that's the difference. And that's
Right.
why we
That's the
flirt
difference.
and you don't.
With me and
I got the
Justin, it's all
forearms.
business. Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
my forearms.
I actually do have really good forearms.
I
I'll
believe
make
it.
that known right here, right now. Okay. This has been Not For Everyone. Thanks for being here to Caroline and everyone else who tuned in. You can follow us on Instagram at not the number four everyone pod. Find us on YouTube. Leave us a review. We've been getting some cute reviews lately. I need to remember next week to read one, but we're storing them. We're seeing them. We're texting them to each other. We freaking appreciate it.
Totally.
That's it, dogs.
That's it. Coca-Cola.
Cuckoo, kisses from above. What?
Ooh,
Kisses.
very, very religious today.
I opened and ended on religion. Bye.
Okay, bye.